What's up, guys? In this video, I'm going to give you my thoughts and reaction to the return of Killer Bean. But if you haven't watched it yet, then make sure you watch that first, because there's going to be some spoilers involved. Alright, we good? Yeah, I know, it's been a really long time since I got back in action. So it took me a long time to get back into shape, you know? I had to start training again, I had to start working out. I actually had to lose 30 pounds to get back into my good-looking physique. You actually don't want to see what I looked like last year. So anyway, we started production again, and I know you guys are expecting the next episode soon. That's taken a really long time to make, but I have some updates to show you guys. First, it can't be a Killer Bean show without a warehouse full of bad beans, am I right? Looking sharp, guys. And next, we got a brand new character here. I wonder who that could be. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Oh yeah, and another update, guys. I know some of you wanted the Killer Bean Forever soundtrack on Spotify. Well, it's there right now, so now you can have your own dance party. Just follow the link in the description. Oh, and if you want to support the show with Killer Bean merch, the only place to get Killer Bean merch is at killerbeanmerch.com. If you see Killer Bean merch anywhere else, it's fake. And you know what happens when you wear fake merch, right? You get fleas. Or something like that. Anyway, thanks for supporting the show. Now, let's get to the return of Killer Bean. Okay, it starts off with this really cool drone footage. And this shot was really hard for me because I was hanging off the edge of that platform just from my fingertips. I actually almost fell off, believe it or not. Okay, right here, that was actually a real knife. A really sharp, real knife. It wasn't plastic. So when I pretended to stab this guy, I stopped exactly 1 millimeter away from his skin. I have that much skill and control. I mean, it takes years of practice to achieve that. Years of me accidentally killing beans until I got so good that it looked like I was killing a bean, but not actually killing them. Now that's what I call professionalism. That's what great movie making is about. Okay, right here is where I made my first big mistake. So Jeff, the director, wanted me to say something cheesy like, I'm back, or whatever. I mean, I can't really remember those lines. So you can see it right here in my face. There, that's me thinking really hard, trying to remember my lines. Then I was like, whatever, just keep going. I still look good, right? Okay, so this is interesting. For this production, we decided to hire real mercenaries instead of actors. Simply because mercenaries are much cheaper to hire than actors. I mean, a lot cheaper. I think it worked out for the most part, but we'll see later on why it was kind of problematic. And what's up with parking my car in the mud? That's kind of messed up. On this shot, Jeff wanted me to do a really cool flying leap off the building. So when I think cool flying leap, I thought he meant like leap over the courtyard and land on the building on the other side. That's pretty cool, right? And that's what I did. And we filmed it that way. Then I go to see the final edit that Jeff made, and it cuts from me doing a flying leap to me dropping straight down. I mean, what kind of amateur filmmaking is this? Look at this. This edit does not work. Oh, and speaking of amateur filmmaker, wait till you hear this. On this shot where I drop straight down, Jeff wanted me to hold the camera while I drop off the ledge of the building. I was like, hello? That's really stupid. I'm not going to risk breaking my leg. So I came up with a better idea. I just dropped the camera off the ledge, which looked great. I mean, you look at the footage, it looks perfect. But unfortunately, our really expensive camera, which was also really heavy, hit poor Frankie right on the head. I mean, he's the bean on the right side of the screen. Yeah, so that ended up being a bad idea. We took Frankie to the hospital, and fortunately, that really expensive camera is okay. Thank goodness. Oh, and Frankie's okay. I guess. I mean, we have to wait for him to wake up from his coma, but other than that, he's fine. He's fine. Anyway, moving on. This next shot, I think my mind was not in the right place. I was totally distracted on how I almost messed up the previous shot. And on this shot, I totally stabbed Henry in the back. Henry was Frankie's replacement. You can see the knife sticking in his back right here. Yeah, that was real. I don't know. I just blanked out for a second. I don't know what happened. But we ended up taking Henry to the hospital too, and but the camera's okay. You know, don't worry, the camera was fine. Yeah, so it's all good, right? Okay. So anyway, over here, I wanted to distract people from my second mess up in a row, so I decided to do a triple kick on Toby, right here. It was supposed to be a single kick, but, you know, I had to set things right and get everyone's minds off of how I almost killed two guys, so... And, you know, Toby's fine. He's fine. It looked bad, but he's okay. We didn't have to take him to the hospital. We didn't want to, because I think we were kind of embarrassed. We didn't want to show our faces in the hospital for a third time on the same night, you know. They know us now. So anyway, moving on. Okay, moving on. Let's clear our minds. Let's move on. The great thing about hiring mercenaries is that they always bring their own guns, so it kind of saves on production budget. But the problem is they also use real bullets. So this scene here, I was actually dodging bullets in real life. Luckily, we hired really cheap mercenaries, so they had really crappy aim. Over here in this slow motion part, I really had to go to the bathroom. I mean, it was a really long night. You can see it right here. Right when the shot ends, that's me running right to the porta potty. Okay, so when I got back, Jeff wanted a really realistic scene of me shooting rapidly, but the mercenaries didn't agree to be shot for real. So Jeff came up with this idea and released a bunch of murder hornets flying around. Don't even ask me where he got them from. Anyway, that was pretty good motivation for me shooting up the place, and as you can see, I wasted no ammo. Every shot connected with his target. Boom! Yeah, I don't miss, at least not in real life. It only looks like I miss when a certain amateur filmmaker over here decides to make the scene more dramatic, but whatever. That's filmmaking, right? Okay, so this guy here, he's really something else. We had a great script. I mean, a really great script, where he was supposed to explain that the Shadow Agency hired all these mercenaries to capture my car in order to lure me to this location so they could capture me. You know, it was super serious. But this guy totally went off script. He kept complaining about his mom like, you don't know what it's like to live with my mom? I mean, for real? Do we really need to hear this? This guy had some real issues, but luckily he was also gullible. I mean, I made up this dumb line like I was some kind of compassionate being. Yeah, but he totally fell for it though. So, okay, this thing that I threw at him was not some kind of new high-tech explosive device. It was actually a Galaxy Note 7. You know, the exploding ones? Yeah, so one of the crew members had an old one, so we put like this blinky red screensaver on it, and then we shook it up real good, and then I tossed it. Hey, it gave us the effect we wanted, so it worked. Okay, the explosion scene. We had to do this one a lot. Jeff wanted this bean to land right in the trash dumpster. I mean, perfectly in the trash dumpster. You know how many times we had to do this scene? I think it was like 7 or 8 times. He kept landing in the wrong spots. One time, he landed right on the rim, almost broke his back. So finally, on the last attempt, he landed perfectly in the dumpster. And we were done. Everyone was high-fiving each other. We got our shot. We got the production done. It was a wrap. But the poor guy in the dumpster was pretty beat up. I mean, He was hurt. Bad. We offered to take him to the hospital, but he didn't want his mom to find out. So we left him there to rest up, and that was that. Actually, I wonder if he's okay. We should probably check up on him. That was like a month ago. So anyway, hopefully that gave you some insight on how we make movies. I mean, we're not a bunch of idiots running around with a camera in the backyard, right? Hopefully you found that interesting, maybe even educational. Alright guys, make sure you like and subscribe, maybe do some push-ups, and I'll talk to you guys later.